Zane Bureau. On the other hand, you're not. You got drugs in your system. You got you tested positive for tetrahydrocannabinol marijuana. Your bond is revoked. What is his bond?
30,000, Judge.
It is revoked. It is now doubled to $13,000. Yeah.
Bond revoked and doubled. That's a 1-2 punch from the judge. For anyone wondering, bond is not just a get-out-of-jail card. It's the court's trust fund. Break the rules, and not only does a defendant lose it, but the price of his freedom skyrockets. And here, the judge made sure he feels that sting immediately.
You can blame yourself, not anybody else. You got to have I'm going to speak, and you be quiet. Thank you. This isn't a debate. The test shows you got drugs in your system. All right. And stand by. Yeah. You shouldn't be surprised. I mean, you're in organized criminal activity of making drugs. Anyway, your bond is now $30,000. Plus, you have to have a drug patch as a condition of bonds. So if you post a bond, once any drug gets into your system, I'll know about it, and then you won't have a bond the next time. Which is what happened.
Think about that for a second. A drug patch means 24/7 surveillance, right on his skin. No hiding, no excuses, no, it was just one puff. The system is watching his every move. Now here's the real question. Would you take that risk, knowing one slip could land you straight back behind bars?
Mr. Dusler, you're his attorney? Yes, sir. All right. He's going to be taken into custody. What's the next event?
An announcement, Judge.
An announcement in 4 weeks. That is all. And
Your Honor, if I could address that for you first, I just do something.
I don't know, who are you?
I'm the father of largely dependents who got pending, already locked up, Zane Gary.
Okay, who is his attorney?
He has a point of warning, but I would have actually that's what I was going to speak for you. I was going to try. He got his bond revoked by you, so you know, had it earlier. That was his sir.
Oh, today?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And well, sir, he was only arrested March 16th, and he in school, he's working. He has not been using. He hasn't had enough time for the THC to get out of the system. And his attorney was just a point of difficult. But he was, sir, he wasn't even picked up. He didn't even have a clue he had a warrant. But he has not been using, sir. I'm his father. I'm been watching every single step of the way. Making sure he's reporting, making sure he's doing what he's supposed to do. He's enrolled in school and he has a job at a recording studio. He is all
Yeah, that's right. I remember hearing about that.
Yes, sir. He is all the way out of trouble, Your Honor. He has not been using.
The scientific test proves otherwise.
Well,
It's not a debate. I'm sorry, it's not a debate. If he has drugs in his system when he's tested, that's all we know for sure, because you don't have any method of telling when that went to. You're going to speak over me. You don't have any method of telling when that might happen. You don't know. You don't know. But when they're tested in the courtroom, when they test positive, sorry, they shouldn't have been ever using drugs in the first place. But when it tests positive, there is no way you can say that didn't have anything to do with recent use, misuse, not you. So you can, all right, you need to tell your attorney the court's orders are what they are. And I'm not changing them because of your opinion. Who is the attorney on the case? Who? Don Dusler. Is he around?
I didn't understand why he didn't say that to you in the beginning when you reported he didn't argue anything, and I didn't understand that.
You need to call him and talk to him. Don, what's his phone number?
Walk down on me, sir. I tried to speak.
I'm going to give you his phone. I'm going to give you his phone number. Here, come on out. Yeah, you have a right to talk to him and to get heard and find out what his plan is on representing your family. Yeah.
Your Honor, I tried to speak with him, but he told me he didn't care.
and that I get to go do something. We tried to speak to him 3 weeks since he was appointed to him. He would not answer his phone. He would not return calls. He would not return messages.
All right.
Not
What's
from anyone,
what's
sir.
the defendant's name? Again, your son's name?
Zane Buring.
Okay. I'm gonna set that for a hearing tomorrow morning.
I
And-
know if I can.
okay, we live in Austin, Texas. I got
I'm
up at
sorry.
4 a.m. to be here.
Yeah,
We were gonna
see, he's gone. What I wanted to do was set it for tomorrow, have Mr. Dusler in here explain why he's acting that way. If that's the way he's acting now, I'm hearing your version. I want to hear him too.
yes, sir.
But he's supposed to handle all the defendants are supposed to be represented by competent, vigorous representation.
And he told me outside he didn't care, sir. And that's where his word.
Well, I'd like to. Yeah, I need to.
Is there
to
a
talk
car
to
was
him.
standing there when I was trying to talk to him?
Well,
Oh, he would. He told me he didn't hear.
Yeah.
He was saying he was outside.
I mean, don't call witnesses if
Sorry,
you don't
I
know what they're
no,
saying.
sir. I'm sorry. I just thought no, he was standing there. I apologize. But Your Honor, I can attest to my son.
Yikes. A court-appointed lawyer ghosting a defendant's family. That's more than bad manners, that's potentially ineffective assistance of counsel. And the judge knows it. Notice how quickly he sets a hearing. That's not just for drama, it's accountability in real time.
Son has been staying out of front.
Okay, but
I-
the scientific test proves otherwise. We've been doing this 19 years, sir.
It's been less than 40 days, sir, since he was arrested. And I promise you, sir, he's been doing everything to stay out of the way. Enrolled in school, in college.
You're saying that the marijuana has been in his system for 40 days?
Sir, he's.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes, sir. I would like
Sorry,
I would,
it's not going to work.
sir,
It doesn't. That's not
marijuana
the
can
way it
last up
works.
to in hair follicles 90 days, up to 60 days in your urine if you're a chronic user.
Anything else?
No, sir.
Okay. We're going to give you Mr. Dusler's number. I want to know if he's refusing. There's a Post-it note right there. If he is not, if he does not answer phone calls in regards to immediate family members who are trying to
Yes,
get
sir.
information for their client, that would be inappropriate. And I'll have,
Yes, sir. I'm sorry.
and then he's appointed at the court's discretion. And if lawyers are not treating clients and relatives of clients, especially those who are in custody, appropriately and professionally, then I'll deal with it firmly.
Your Honor.
And that I don't put up with that, and I don't generally get complaints.
And I
But
would,
when it does, when we do, we address them. You have a right to find out as much information as you can about your child.
Your Honor, but Your Honor, I promise you, my son, I wouldn't be standing here if it wasn't for the fact that he was doing so well in life. I would not be standing here for him. Okay.
Yeah.
And,
Well,
like,
just at the end of the day, not to say that you're
still
don't act,
3,000.
don't act naive. But let me just tell you, when people use drugs, I've only been doing this for 40 years, involved as a defense attorney,
Yeah.
a prosecutor, a judge now for 19 years.
Yes, sir.
When it comes to drugs, people are rarely forthright
Yes, sir.
because it's something they know is wrong and they hide it, and it gets the best of them, and they lose their abilities to really think rationally because they become the drug overpowers them, and it's always been that way.
Always, yes, sir.
And
Long as
I see it over and over again.
My brother
And
died of
the
drug
family
overdose.
members are the last. They're never going to do things in front of their family or let their family know because they know it's wrong. They're ashamed of it, but they're stuck. And I'm thinking when we deal with this, we have a 92% success rate in our probation, especially drug cases.
Yes,
The average is 75% in the country.
yes.
We have a 92 because we deal with things pretty aggressively on getting help, especially with drugs.
Yes, sir.
But
Um,
I know what you're saying.
He has,
But
he
I
doesn't
know-
use
oh, I
any
don't-
other drugs.
But I
at
know
all.
what happens over and over
Yes,
again
yes.
for 40 years, sir.
Yes, sir.
40
I,
years.
I have no
It's-
doubt in my
The
mind.
parents come up here and they're shocked and ashamed and they're trying to defend their child, but he's a grown up
Yes, sir.
and you don't see him all the time.
We,
And you don't see him all the time, and they're not going to use drugs in front of you. They're
No,
not
sir,
going to want to
I-
embarrass.
yes, sir. I wouldn't. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Yes, sir.
But
Again,
the
he doesn't
scientific
use-
test is what we use, and that is
Your
is-
Honor, if
is,
you were
uh,
to give him a
proven.
chance, if you were to give him a chance, I could guarantee you, he comes back in for 30 days. He will not have anything.
it's in the debate.
That would give
I don't
plenty
deal
of time
with-
for his system to be clean of
I
marijuana.
can't deal with. I'm not going to deal with you on that. He tested positive, and that's what we test for. Now, his lawyer needs to get in the game to get him up here so we can resolve this case one way or the other.
So that's when I had asked him outside. I asked him if he would come in and try to talk to you. He said, "No, this isn't Austin." And I said, "Sir, you're here to represent my son." He said,
That's
"Do you live in Austin?" He brought up Austin again. I said, "Sir, I lived here as a child. I know what
I
you see."
understand, and he
And then
should.
he walked off on me. And I
Well-
said, "Sir, can you please go let them know he hasn't been out?"
Are you-
long?"
But you're not going to be able to be here tomorrow.
No, sir. I missed up. I own a tattoo studio, and he's got school in the morning and work tomorrow.
I'm sorry. I can get him back in the morning and talk to the attorney and have him explain, but you're not going to be here. And have him explain what you have told me. And without you being here,
Yeah.
it's not going to be much of a debate.
Yes, sir.
But I can bring your son back and ask or direct him, since I appointed him
that would
as the
be
attorney,
amazing, sir.
direct him to aggressively deal with this case and also be forthright with family members, close family members, so they are not in the dark on the way he's going to represent your son.
Yes, sir. And I can show you numerous calls that we've made to his office, both of us over the past 2 weeks. No answer, no reply to messages, very thorough messages, very clear. Made sure we just need to get some information about court. We were trying to appear by Zoom today because we live so far and we
Yes.
had work. And we thought that would be better, but Your Honor, I
But
promise
see,
you,
that's
if
see,
he
that's
wasn't
another problem.
working so hard
This
to
is why
stay
I
away
don't
from
do.
here.
See, this is also why we rarely do Zoom. Is because when it's dealing with drug cases, we don't have the ability to test.
Sure.
As I can guarantee every drug defendant would want to appear by Zoom, and we're not able to test. It's just what we have.
And
to
Your
do.
Honor, we didn't get a reply. We drove our butts up here. I got up
Good.
at 4 o'clock this morning after I worked till midnight.
thought
I
the
slept
storm-
an
you got
hour.
Caught in the storm. Huh?
I drove through it. Your Honor.
Yeah,
I
that was a
drove
bad
through it.
storm.
He's not a flight risk. He's not going anywhere, and he's not a doper. He smokes in the hot, man. And I,
That's not right.
No,
But that's not
no,
right.
it's not.
And you
It's
don't
not
even-
right.
And
And
here's the
he's
deal:
not-
you don't
he's
even know
not.
what unless you're making it. You don't know what's in it anymore.
Right. It's
I mean,
dangerous.
I had people here with synthetic marijuana cases.
It's so
Which
bad.
is-
And you know,
which is like-
there's a lot of
like-
legislature going on, so there's a lot of that stuff with THC and going on in Austin right now. And I totally understand it's illegal, period. But Your Honor, I promise you, it's been less. It's been a small amount of time, and with the amount of weed that these guys smoke every day, all day, I know that he's doing the right thing, Your Honor. If he wasn't, I wouldn't be standing here. He's doing better than he's ever done. His mother's been in prison for murder since he was 4.
So
I wasn't working. His mother's been in prison for murder since he was 4. Out of this, Jennifer Walter. Yeah, that's
in
it.
this court.
I don't know who it was. Halloween night of 1999. Her Jennifer Walter and Christopher.
Okay. Yeah, that's before I got there.
Yeah. It was me. I was 19 years old when I had him. It was me. And that was it. And I didn't have any parental guidance. I'm lucky to be standing here in front of you myself, sir. I'm
Why is that? Because you've learned to make the right choices.
because I didn't make I didn't make good choices, and I didn't have anybody to help me make good choices. But he has somebody here now, and although I wasn't doing the best when I was younger, as past 14 years have been phenomenal. I own 2 businesses. I also help with an entertainment company, and I'm staying out the way.
Mm.
And I've worked. I would not. A year and a half ago, I would not be standing here
The,
talking to you. I wouldn't be here.
What I do when you test positive, you've heard.
Yes, sir.
Bond is
Mhm.
revoked,
Yes,
then
sir.
it's double. Plus you have to wear a drug patch.
Yeah,
And
and
that's
I can't
all
afford
of them.
double the bond. I
Well,
spent everything I had just to get him
What
out, and
I'll
I
do
would
is I'm gonna list, I'll bring it back tomorrow. Whatever the bond may be, I can change a bond.
Yes,
for
sir. I'm
anything.
poor.
But a drug patch is going to be required.
Yes,
Yep.
Your Honor, if he comes back in here and he's dirty, lock him up and don't give him a bond. I don't care.
Whoa. That's a bombshell. The defendant's mother is serving time for murder, and now her son is standing in front of the same kind of bench. This is not just a legal fight anymore, it's generational trauma colliding with the justice system. And the judge? He's seen this cycle before, and he's not letting emotions cloud the hard facts.
But
I
he
promise
can't,
you, he's
we
doing
don't
good.
release him until the test's negative.
Okay, yeah, it will
And
probably
then
take
he's gonna
about
have to have a
30
drug
days.
patch. Because if you put a drug patch on early, it'll test positive.
Yeah, right, yeah, yes, sir.
When they
And
take
I don't
it off.
want that for him.
Yeah,
I just don't want him to get kicked out of school.
So we'll bring him back tomorrow.
Yeah.
Then I'll do a drug test on him and see what happens tomorrow.
Okay, yeah,
And
it's, 'cause it's just for marijuana, and that stuff binds to the
No.
fats. It's not like it's out of your system in 72 days. If you do the research, it binds to the fat cells in your
Thank
system.
you.
30 to 60
I'm
days.
familiar with it,
Yes,
sir.
up to 90 in
But,
the hair.
but too often marijuana is used
Yes,
as a
sir.
carrier with other methods. And
He just had
also, you don't know what's in how some marijuana is stronger than others, and it just works that way and works differently. And that's why when you sniff it, if you smell it, you run like the wind,
Mhm.
especially if you're on bond. You don't even want to sniff it.
Yes,
You
sir.
want to move out of the way, stay out of the way.
Oh, and that's almost
Because you don't know
impossible out
what
there.
you're taking to get into your system. And the tests are those are profoundly accurate tests, is what has been proven accurate through
Yes, sir.
court decisions and science. So that's why we don't do it flippantly.
If it had been over 2 months, I would definitely not even ask you anything about that or even attempted to. I just thought his attorney should have said, Your Honor, sir, he has only been out of jail for 40 days. He hasn't had enough time to get his system cleaned out. Give him a couple of weeks to get his system cleaned out. Come back, take a test.
We'll bring him back tomorrow and
Yes,
see
sir.
where he is.
Yes,
And then I'll bring him back every few days until it tests negative.
And that's fair. And when he
That's
says
what we-
negative, sir, I promise you,
And I'll talk to Mr. Dusler about
I-
what your complaints are, but
I'll try again, Your Honor,
Yes,
to
sir.
contact him. And even on his Google reviews, it says he does not contact us. Because I tried to make sure I was calling the right thing. In other reviews, it says he will not communicate with his clients. And it's several reviews if you look yourself. And that's the thing.
I don't.
I was scared when I walked out there and he was representing my kid because he didn't even sit here and say, "Oh no, sir, he's this."
Okay.
You know,
I
that was the
understand.
first thing he should have said was that he has only been out for
Yes.
40 days.
Okay. All right.
Well, I really appreciate
Thank
you
sir.
taking the time to
You
listen.
have
to
you
this.
have the defendant's name for tomorrow?
Yeah.